Let's talk about customer experience. When you started your business, you probably had this goal in mind. Be a disruptor. Then you did it. You built the product, you focused on it, and now you need to focus on your customers. We're 24/7 in touch. We have the experience to deliver your customer experience. We build and improve it through digital CX, trust and safety, and more. For years, we've partnered with leading global brands to optimize their businesses, and we'd love to do the same for you too. Visit letstalkintouch.com to learn more.
This is Optimal Startup Daily, episode 809. How to delegate the right tasks to the right people. Effective Management Skills for Leadership Success, Part 2, by Brian Tracy of briantracy.com. And hey again, I am Dan. I'm your host and narrator, and I'm with you every single day of the week, including weekends and holidays. Now, in case you missed yesterday's episode, this is a Part 2, a continuation from yesterday. So if you haven't heard the Saturday episode yet, that's episode 808, I would recommend going back and checking that out first so you're all caught up. But if you're there, let's hear Part 2 and continue optimizing your life. How to delegate the right tasks to the right people. Effective Management Skills for Leadership Success. Part 2 by Brian Tracy of briantracy.com. The 6 steps to effective delegation. To achieve everything you're capable of achieving and to be able to concentrate on those few tasks that can make the greatest contribution to your life and work, you must become excellent at delegation. Whether you're a boss or an employee, it's a universal key to success. You must be continually seeking ways to outsource, delegate, and get other people to do things that pay you a lower hourly rate than you desire to earn. There are several ways that you can become more effective at delegating and outsourcing, or hiring other people to do parts of your work so that you can do the parts of your job that pay the most. When should you delegate tasks? In order for delegated tasks to be effective, you should first consider these questions. 1. Instead of you? Ask the question, who can do this job instead of you? Remember, you have to delegate everything possible in order to have enough time to do those things that are most important. 2. Better than you? You should ask, who can do this job better than me? One of the characteristics of effective managers and successful leaders is that they have the ability to find people who are superior to them in specific tasks. You should continually be looking for people who can do certain parts of your work better than you. 3. At a lower cost? Evaluate the job and ask, who can do this job at a lower cost than me? Many companies and individuals are finding that they can outsource major parts of their operations to companies who specialize in that area. Companies that specialize in a particular function can usually do the job cheaper and faster than a company that does that work as part of its other activities. And 4, can it be eliminated? Ask yourself and others, can this activity be eliminated altogether? What would happen if the job were not done at all? Many of the routinized tasks and activities in a company or business could be quite easily eliminated with no loss of productivity and great increases of ineffectiveness. It's amazing how many activities go on in a business and private life that could be quite easily discontinued completely with no loss or inconvenience to anyone. Rooting out these opportunities for increased efficiency can dramatically increase sales and profitability for an organization or department. Follow these 6 steps to effectively delegate tasks. To delegate effectively in your work with others, there are 6 steps that you can take. If you neglect any one of these steps, you run the risk of miscommunication, misunderstandings, demoralization, and poor performance. 1. Match the person to the job. Match the person to the job. One of the great time wasters in the world of work is delegating the task to the wrong person. Often the task is delegated to a person who is not capable of doing it properly or getting it done on schedule. The only accurate predictor of future performance is past performance. The rule is that you never delegate an important task to a person who has not performed that task satisfactorily in the past. It's unfair to expect a person who has not done a job before to perform at a sufficient level of quality when they are given the job for the first time. 2. Agree on what is to be done. Once you've selected the right person for the job, take the time to discuss the job with that person and agree upon what must be done. The more time you take to discuss and agree upon the end result or objective and achieve absolute clarity, the faster the job will be done once the person starts on it. 3. Explain how the job should be done. Explain to the person your preferred approach or method of working. Explain how you would like to see the job done and how you or someone else has done it successfully in the past. 4. Have him feed it back. Ask the person to feed your instructions back to you in his or her own words. Have him or her explain to you what you have just explained and agreed upon. This is the only way that you can be sure that the other person actually understands the job or assignment that they have been delegated to accomplish. 5. Set a deadline. Set a deadline and a schedule for completion of the task. At the same time, arrange for regular reporting and for periodic inspection. Invite feedback and questions if there are any delays or problems. And 6. Manage by exception. Manage by exception whenever possible. Managing by exception is a powerful time management tool that you can use to work more efficiently with other people. If the job is on track and on schedule, managing by exception means that the person does not have to report back to you. If you don't hear from him, you can assume that everything is going well. The individual only has to report back to you when an exception occurs, and there is a problem with getting the job done on time to the agreed upon level of quality. You just listened to part 2 of the post titled, How to Delegate the Right Tasks to the Right People, Effective Management Skills for Leadership Success by Brian Tracy of briantracy.com.
This episode is brought to you by KPMG. At KPMG, innovation is the go-to state of mind. Their visionary thinkers and advanced technology help you see beyond the now, uncover new insights, and turn them into opportunities. KPMG can help you leverage the value of data and drive transformational outcomes through innovation. To explore their thinking, go to kpmg.us.
And thanks again to Brian for sharing today's post. Brian is the chairman and CEO of Brian Tracy International, and he and his company help people achieve personal and business goals quickly and easily. Brian has studied, researched, written, and spoken for 30 years in the fields of economics, history, business, philosophy, and psychology, and he's also the top-selling author of over 70 books. Brian's talks and seminars on things like leadership, selling, self-esteem, goals, strategy, creativity, and success psychology are super effective in creating both immediate changes and long-term results. Brian's also active in community and national affairs and is the president of 3 companies headquartered in Solana Beach, California. So come by his site, briantracy.com, to learn more. And again, a big thanks to Brian for letting us share his work. Okay, that does it for this 2-part episode. I thank you for listening today and yesterday and every day here on the show. That is, of course, how we can keep this going for you. So have a great rest of your day, and I'll be back again with you tomorrow, where your optimal life awaits.